Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to lovely Pissing It Down Drink and Share. The weather's been amazing. I know I haven't been here for a very long time. Actually, as a matter of fact, I think I've recorded the last video just before my holiday to Dubai, which was just in September. I think September. Yeah, it's been a while and a lot has happened. I always told you that I didn't want to record when I didn't feel like recording. I didn't want that to be forced upon, so I didn't. But I'm back. I'm looking forward to it. I feel right now that I'm in that moment where I want to do that again and I want to maybe make it a lot better and all this. Well, let's see what happens. So it's been a lot happening in terms of my weight loss. 3 weeks ago, I got this beauty, and I've reached a stage when I was 9 stone 13 pounds, and then following week I went to 9 stone and 10 pounds, and then basically I reached my 5 stone certificate. God. Yeah. So went to the group, got this beautiful thing. I couldn't believe it. I wanted to cry. I was flying. I was the happiest ever. I mean, this was just one of the best moments for me in my life, honestly. I mean, I know for some people weight loss is like, but for me it's a huge thing, and the fact that I got to 9 stone was just absolutely insane. Anyway, I came out of the group holding my 5 stone certificate. And I had a cheat Saturday, as I do pretty much every Saturday, which would be fine. But my Saturday went into 2 weeks of binge eating. Just imagine if you went on an all-inclusive holiday, but at home. That's pretty much what I've been doing for the 2 weeks. And then I missed one group during that time. So 1 week I didn't go. And then the following week I was like, shit, what do I do now? Like, I don't want to step on the scales. But I was like, if I don't come back to group now, this is just gonna get worse and worse, and I will not know how to get back to it, because you know what you do. You think like, oh no, I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna lose that weight that I've just put on, and then I'm gonna just go to the group and like, no one's gonna notice kind of thing, yeah? No. I think for me it would have gone the other way. I think it would have just been worse. But then I was just the most terrified to come back to the group, because I stepped on the scales at home. I shouldn't have done that, but I went on the scales at home, and there was just a crazy number. I've realized I've put on 10 pounds within 14 days. So then I was like, people would even like, I mean, I know that people don't judge you in the group, but I think it's just me putting unnecessary pressure on me, thinking that I can't fail. Like, I always do well, but you know how I do. I do well for like periods of time. Like, I've got the moments of like super motivation and determination, and I'm like 6, 7, 8 weeks at a time sometimes, where I've got like consistent weight loss of like 3 pounds off, 4 pounds off, 5 pounds off, crazy weight losses, yeah. And I keep going with just cheat Saturdays. And when I say cheat Saturday, I mean like wine in the evening and like maybe pizza and a dessert. I don't mean I have McDonald's for breakfast, lunch, mid snack, dinner, and ice cream in between. No, I didn't mean that this way. These were the kind of cheat Saturdays I used to have, where I just don't think about it, enjoy myself. If I want to have a pork belly with all the lovely crackling, I'll have it. That's the kind of Saturdays I normally used to do. But that one Saturday just became, I don't know. It's like, when you just let go and you're just eating things for the sake of eating. You're not hungry, you don't fancy it. Like, I don't know. I've had stuff like frozen fried chicken, which wasn't even that great. Like kind of, KFC version of Tesco frozen stuff for like breakfast, pizza for lunch, and yeah, let's not go there. So then I just came to a moment where I thought I'm just too terrified to go back to the group and face the scales and have 10 pounds on. So I thought there is 3 things I can do. I can go to group and completely like reset my plan. So get a new book, go back to zero. But one thing that was terrifying me about it was the fact that no one will ever then say, oh, you've lost 5 stone, you've lost 6 stone. That I will never hear that again, because then if I started over, then I would have to like set my target on like 2 stone. Whereas like I'm not really starting from zero now, am I? I also consider not turning up to the group and do, I don't know, crazy things, fasting, all kinds, to just get back to that number, because I was so focused on the number. Or option number 3, gather some courage, face the gain, and turn up to the group and just carry on. Which I've done plenty of times before, so it shouldn't be that hard for me. It's just every time I've done it before, it was because I went on holiday and everyone just understood. Nothing like that ever happened to me before. And I think to myself, I've been on this journey for like 3 years. I should have like known better now. I should have learned something at this point. Clearly not. I know shit happens to everyone and nobody's perfect and you will fail. But, some people in my group, when they've got a bad week and they let go, they like come into the group and they're like 2 pounds up. I come into the group and I'm like 10 pounds. So I was just embarrassed, really. I was so embarrassed. So I came to the group. I didn't reset the journey. I faced Dwayne. And they had to write it down. That I'm no longer 9 stone 10, but I am 10 stone 6. So I went down from being 5 stone and 1 pound to 4 stone and 5 pounds. Back to square one. I'll get it off. Like 2-3 weigh-ins and I will get it off. I know this. I know I can do this. I'm really good at losing weight. I'm really shit at maintaining. I'm really shit at keeping it stable. So this is, and I find this a lot harder than actually losing weight. So it doesn't really impress me any longer when I see like, in a Slimming World magazine or like whatever magazine or like someone vlogging about it, or like I've lost 7 stone. I'm like, yeah, okay, how long have you maintained that for? That's all I'm interested in. Like, how do you do this? Do you have any advice? How can I tell myself this is a bit like what I used to say in the past. Like when you're an alcoholic, they tell you you will always be an alcoholic even though you're not drinking, but you're still an alcoholic. You are an alcoholic your whole life. I hate to think about it this way, that I have a problem with food and I'm gonna have to be careful my whole life. I hate that. I don't want to think this way. I want to think that I can do better. And I'm not gonna sleep like this again. I know it is a lot more complex because putting 10 pounds on doesn't mean you've put on 10 pounds of fat. It means that you've gained water weight, all kinds, and that weight kind of comes off quickly as well. Well, relatively quickly, quicker than the one that you've kept for a while. But yeah, my biggest dream is to get to my target. Not even get to my target, because I know I'm going to get to my target. I will soon get to my target, I know this. But what happens after? My biggest dream is to become into the group and that my consultant says, you're still within the target. Well done. That's my dream. That's my aim. That's what I want.